and welcome back to my channel. Hopefully I can add some happy squish vibes to your day today. Okay, so for today's video, I had a little bit of help from my fiance, but what I'm going to be doing is I've picked out 6 Squishmallows and I'm going to be assigning each of those Squishmallows a job. So I'll show you the 10 Squishmallows that I picked out in a second, but I have all the jobs written down on a piece of paper inside this hat, and I actually had my fiance write down the jobs, so I don't know what they are, so we're going to be experiencing that together. But I'm going to be picking one out at a time, and I'm going to be assigning it to one of the Squishmallows that I have out of the 10 that I've chosen randomly. So I know Squishmallows usually also have their own like bios and stuff, and sometimes they say like what they do for a job or like what their hobbies are, but I'm not really going to be going off of that for today. I'm actually not sure that I remember all the bios for the ones that I've picked out anyway, so it's not going to be related to that. I'm just going to be like going solely off of vibes, like what I think they would do, or like which job out of the job options that I have fits which Squishmallow. So I'm really excited, so let's get started. Okay, so first I'm gonna run through really quick the 10 Squishmallows that I picked out, so y'all kind of know which ones I'm working with, kind of like, I guess instead of like a word bank, it's like a squish bank. So like which ones I'm working with here. So of course I had to put Connor in there, chose the original version, just felt like it was only fair that I had him on there. Then I have some other cows as well. We have Colin, of course, the one with the little heart nose. Love this version of Colin. So glad that they released him in the 8-inch because I have him in like the 16-inch, I believe, as well. Okay, so another cow, we have Ratunya, I think that's how you say her name, but love the little blueberries she's got going on, so had to have them. I love her colors, so it felt right. And then, okay, so last cow out of the grouping, I promise I did not pick all 10 cows. I just wanted some cows. I have some food Squishmallows and then some like other Squishmallows. But last cow out of the 10, we have Ronnie. I love this version of him in particular, so that's why I chose this one. I know all the 3 that I just showed you are all 8-inch, but like this one obviously is a 4/5-inch. So I picked him. But moving on to the other ones, we have, I think her name is Rayan. I think that's how you say it. But one of my favorite versions of the pancakes. So I got the little butter on top. So I picked her. I also picked Nestor. Love the chicken nugget. I think it's supposed to be like barbecue sauce on top, but I just thought this was so fun. And I love the chicken nugget in general. So had to include him. And of course, what is one of my videos without Junie? If we're not doing cows, it's got to be Junie involved. So I definitely picked this version of Junie. I would say this is the one I got from Canada, so I'd say she's probably like a 7.5 to 8-inch one. And then here are the 3 other Squishmallows that I chose. They are not food or cow related, they're just kind of like other. So I picked Mr. Omar. Love Omar, would love to have him in a 5-inch one day, but this is the only version I have of him, so we had to include him. Then I also picked little Matt. I love the little like manatee sea cows as well. I think this one's technically a manatee because they have sea cows as well, but I love this version of him, so had to include him. And last but not least, we have Dolan. I have a few dinosaurs in my collection, and he's just really fun and a nice pop of color, especially in the little 5-inch size, so had to include him as well. But those are the 10 Squishmallows I'm going to be choosing from when I pick out a job from the hat. So I'm really excited, so let's get into the jobs. Okay, so I've like laid out all the Squishmallows in front of me so I can like kind of see them while I'm picking them out. But let's pick the first job. Okay, so I've got one. So let's see. Okay, salesman. We've got the first job is a salesman. Ooh, okay. This is gonna be hard, but let me think. Okay. I am also going to allow myself a couple like switches later on if like I get one I'm like, ooh no, this needs to go with a Squishmallow that I've already assigned a job to. So I'm going to allow myself a couple switches maybe at the end, but I think I'm going to have to give salesman to Mr. Matt. I feel like maybe when you think of salesman, you think of like professional suit and like cool vibes and whatnot, and I feel like Matt embodies those vibes for some reason. I don't know if it's like just his like nice simple like grayscale coloring, but I just feel like he would be a good salesman. You know, sir, if he sold cars or something, I would definitely buy one from you. So that's gonna be my first selection. Okay, next one, let's see. Okay, truck driver, that is our next job. Okay, okay, I don't know why, but for some reason, like, Ronnie gives me truck driver vibes. I don't, like, not in a bad way, like, not in a bad way at all, but for some reason, I feel like he would he would just be a guy that likes trucks. Like, you know, there are guys that really like cars. I feel like he would really like trucks in general, and I feel like he would be a vibe with that. And can you imagine, oh my gosh, a little like trucker hat or like one of those like ball cap trucker hats on him? That would be adorable. So I think, okay, I think right now I'm gonna lock in Ronnie as the truck driver. Might change it later, but that's just like the immediate vibes I'm getting from him. All right, let's give another little shake. Let's see. Third one. Okay. Okay, hopefully, I don't think these are all going to be, like, similar, but next one we got is construction guy. So I feel like we just did truck driver. I feel like truck driver and construction guy give me similar vibes, but let's see. Okay, construction guy. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with Nestor for construction guy. I don't know if it's like the stripedness on the bottom that like gives me, what are those, like the safety vest vibes, or like, ooh, no, maybe it's maybe it's like the caution cones, like the orange cones, that's giving me those vibes. But I just feel like off of his vibe, he'd be a pretty cool construction guy. Maybe like head construction guy even, because you know, Nestor's really cool. But I feel like that is probably the vibes that I would be giving him. Not sure, I don't know, like, but that's just what I'm going with. That we're gonna lock in construction guy for Nestor right now. Okay, fourth job that I am picking out of the hat. Mailman. Okay, that is our next one. Mailman. Ooh, okay. This is a good one. Honestly, I feel like Connor gives mailman vibes. I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know if it's because it's a cow and like you have milkmen people, like the people that deliver milk to your door that at least used to do that. And that's why he's giving me like delivery vibes. And since it's a mailman, that's like a type of delivery. But I feel like I might go with Connor for this one. I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. I just feel like the other ones maybe don't give that vibe. So I think we're going to go with Connor. I think I'm going to lock you in, sir, as a mailman. Definitely mailman vibes. That would be so cute too. Like a design like for another Squishmallow is to have Connor in like a mailman suit. That would be cute. Or like with the little, what are those bags? Like they have the, I guess they don't really have that anymore, but like the little satchels that have the mail in it. I think that'd be a really cute design. But we're gonna lock in Connor with mailman. Okay, job number 5. We are about halfway through assigning jobs. Let's see. Okay, radio host. That's a good one. Ooh, I don't know. You know, okay, I don't know why I'm getting these vibes, but I feel like Rayan would be like a killer radio host. For some reason, I don't know. I was definitely like a Disney kid, like Disney Channel kid, and I don't know if y'all saw this show, or not the show, this movie, but if you did, shout out. Shout out, you know what I'm talking about. But radio host makes me think of Radio Rebel, that movie. Such a meme, such a good quality movie. But I don't know that she gives me Radio Rebel vibes, but like low-key she does. But I feel like she'd be the cool chill girl being a radio host and have like a really cool channel, probably with like good music. I feel like she gives me like pop music girl vibes. I don't know, maybe, but like maybe a good mix of different music, and then she'd have like fun commentary as well, like story time or fun jokes or something. So I feel like Rayan would be a good radio host. So we're gonna go with that. Okay, we got a few left in here, a couple more. So let's see which one we pick out next. All right. Okay. Okay. An accountant. Okay. So definitely like accountant, when I first read that job, definitely gives me like serious vibes. But I mean, you know, like I feel like accountants are very serious in their job, but they can definitely be like the life of the party outside of the job. So, you know, okay. Not sure. I'm like between a couple. I feel like I'm between like Colin, Omar, and Dolan, but I honestly want to pick Dolan. I feel like he, especially with, you know, he's like, I guess he has spots on the front, so it's not like, not quite business in the front, party in the back, but like that's the kind of vibe I'm getting with his little like horns and stuff like that on the back of him. I know that's part of his like dinosaur look, but it's giving very much business in the front, party in the back, and I feel like an accountant would be very much going along with that phrasing. So I feel like I am going to pick Dolan as the accountant. I think, Bud, I think you're smart, but I think you also like to have fun on the side too. So we're going to lock in him being the accountant right now. Okay, next one I'm going to pull out is a delivery guy. Okay, so because I was literally just talking about Connor Gibbs delivery like vibes. So, but I assigned him a mailman. So this one's a delivery guy. Okay, I think I am going to choose Omar as the delivery guy. I feel like he would just be a really chill delivery guy. Whether it's like a pizza delivery guy, can you imagine a little like pizza hat on him? That would be so cute. Or just like, you know, like DoorDash or Uber Eats or whatever other like delivery services there are. I don't know why I'm going for food, but like that's just like the kind of delivery vibe I'm going for at this point. So I feel like he'd be like a really chill delivery guy. I feel like he'd just want like, you know, he's doing a good job, but he's just like, you know, chilling in his car, vibing, just listening to music or a podcast, whatever he's feeling that day, and, you know, just delivering the food to people and whatnot. And I just feel like that'd be like a chill, good environment for him. So we are going to go with Mr. Omar for the delivery guy. Okay, we've got 3 jobs left in here. So we've got 3 Squishmallows left. So we, just to remind you, we have Colin, Britannia, and Junie left. So those are my 3, and I've got my 3 jobs left. So let's see what our next one is. Okay, a secretary. Ooh, okay. Okay, I don't know why, but like just off the bat, Junie gives me very much secretary vibes. I feel like I am slightly between her and Britannia, but I don't know. I don't know what it is. I just feel like Junie would be a bomb receptionist. She would just do so well. She would be so helpful, so friendly, like just a breath of fresh air, really. So I'm going to go with Junie. I feel like that was a quick pick. But I don't know. Like y'all tell me if you get what I'm saying, but I just feel like she gives very much secretary vibes, and she would be a good secretary. So we're going to go with that for secretary. Okay, last 2 jobs. Let's see. Second to last one. What do we have? A janitor. Okay. Let's see. There's definitely like an interesting grouping of jobs that my fiance gave me, but we love it. At least I know what all of them are. I told him, I was like, don't, because there are some jobs, especially like in the IT field and stuff, that or like probably some doctors and stuff, and just like when you get really obscure jobs, I don't for sure know what all of them actually do. So I was like, make sure you put in jobs that I actually are gonna know what they are. So I definitely have known all these, so that's been nice. But let's see, janitor. I don't know. I feel like I'm not gonna do that. I kind of want to know like what the last one is, so I can like determine which one goes with which one. But I think I'm going to have myself like assign all of them, and then at the end, if there are any I want to switch, I'm going to do it like that. But let's see. Janitor. Okay, I'm going to go with Colin for the janitor. Mostly because I feel like, I feel like some people would like hate on that job, but you know, I feel like Colin would be that like school janitor, or like janitor at a place that like everybody loves him. Like at schools, be that janitor that the kids absolutely adore, because he's just so nice, so fun, always puts a smile on their face and brightens people's day. So I feel like Colin would really embody that. I feel like he would just, he always lightens my day, brightens my day when I see him, because he's just so cute, especially with his little heart nostrils. But I feel like that would be the kind of janitor he would be. And I feel like he would be so good at it. He would just be the best. So we're going to pick janitor for Colin. Okay, the last job within the hat. Let's see. IT support. Oh my goodness. Okay. So the only Squishmallows I have left to choose from is Britannia. I don't know. Do you give me IT support vibes? I feel like, definitely could. Like, she definitely could. I don't know. Well, I'm obviously going to lock in her for IT support right now, because that is what I have left. But I am going to give a quick glance at the rest of the ones that I already have and see if I want to keep her at IT support, or if I want to choose a different job for her. Because I'm not like 100% convinced that she would be an IT person. But she very well could be. So let me take a minute and look at the rest of the jobs that I've already done so far. Okay, you know what? I'm actually going to keep Miss Britannia as the IT support, because I feel like she can definitely do it. Absolutely. Because I actually really like the other selections that I've made. I have them like all laid out. But I think I'm going to lock in all of my choices. I feel like I don't really feel the need to change any of them right now. So I'm really pleased. Okay, so now I'm gonna run back through all 10 real quick to remind you like which job I put with which Squishmallow, and definitely let me know afterwards if you would have changed some of the jobs or like assigned different jobs to different Squishmallows, or if there was one you were really like, this Squishmallow should have had this job. Definitely let me know in the comments below. But let's go back through and look at which jobs I put for which Squishmallows. Okay, so as we literally just talked about, but Miss Britannia, I selected IT support for her. So that is the job that I gave her. Then we gave janitor to Mr. Colin. Again, gives very much like the school janitor that literally every teacher, every staff member, every child, student that goes to that school loves him. Definitely put that as Mr. Colin. Then I said that Junie would be a secretary again. I feel this one maybe the most. Definitely secretary vibes. I feel like she would be so good at that. So picked Miss Junie to be the secretary. Then we have Mr. Dolan, and I chose him to be the accountant. And I don't know. I still stand by that, especially, you know, like I've said multiple times, business in the front, party in the back, definitely gives me accountant vibes. So that's what I chose for him. Then we have Ronnie, and I chose Ronnie to be a truck driver. I still think that would be so cute, a little trucker hat on him. But, you know, definitely let me know if you agree with that or not, because I know that's a little random. But definitely truck driver vibes for me. Then we have Matt, and I gave him the salesman job. And again, I just feel like he would be very convincing. I don't know what it is, but very convincing as a salesman with whatever you sell. I think I said car when if he was a car salesman, I'd buy a car from him. But really, honestly, anything. Be a good salesman. Then we have Connor, and I gave Mr. Connor the mailman job. Again, I don't know what it is, but he does give me kind of mailman vibes. I think it's the milk thing. It's just connections in my head. That's just the vibes I get. But I'm going to, yes, keep my selection of Connor as the mailman. Next up, keeping the like delivery vibes, we have Mr. Omar. I gave him the delivery guy title. Again, feel like he'd be a very chill and good delivery guy. I would definitely tip you well. I don't know what where that came from, but it would be a good, chill, polite delivery guy. So I'm glad that I put him as that. Then we have Miss Rayan, and this is the one I chose for radio host. Again, Radio Rebel, Radio Rebel inspiration, Radio Rebel vibes here. I don't know what it is, because I feel like some people, like Radio Rebel can be a little cringy, and I don't think she's cringy, but for some reason it gives me that kind of vibe. Like she would be like the cool, like unexpected radio host, but she'd be really good at it. So those are the vibes I'm getting for her. And then I think this is the last one. Yeah. So for Mr. Nestor, I gave him the construction guy job. Again, I really think it's his, like, I guess it would be his packaging, like the package that the chicken nugget is in down here. That I think really screamed construction guy vibes to me. I don't know if it's like the safety cones or the safety vest that makes me think, like, associate this with that job, but I think he would be a really good construction guy, and I think he would enjoy it and have fun out there. But definitely glad with my choice there. Okay, and that is all I have for the video today. I hope you enjoyed seeing which Squishmallows I would assign which job to. That was really fun. I feel like I should do more videos like that, so definitely let me know in the comments below if you agree. It was kind of fun for, like, me to be able to pick the Squishmallows out and then my fiance to give me the job, so, like, I wouldn't know ahead of time and just kind of have to decide on the spot. I feel like that's a little more fun, a little more organic, so that was really fun to do. But I feel like we got a good, like, mix of jobs in here. I know some of, like, the delivery ones were a little similar or whatever, but I feel like just these were good, like, general jobs, and I'm glad that I ended up liking the picks that I had, and I didn't end up changing any at the end. Even if I did, totally fine. But I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I read the vibes of the Squishmallows that I got really well, so that was really fun to do. But if you would like to see more videos like this, or maybe even like a part 2 of this, definitely let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. But I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you next time, besties. Bye!